Malaysia Tzu Chi volunteers in Timah gives financial aid and assistance to an injured CARES recipient. Volunteers distribute uniforms and stationery to a local elementary school in Dominican Republic. Welcome to Dine Headlines. I'm Maggie Tai. Thank you for joining us. In Malaysia, there are many Rohingya refugees who fled from Myanmar. Mustafa's family is one of them. Mustafa had an accident fracturing her bone. UNHCR has referred the case to Tzu Chi. Tzu Chi volunteers have provided financial aid and invited Timah members to visit her.
Because of the religion and nationality, Rohingyas have difficulty living in Myanmar, so they fly to neighboring countries to seek a better life. Malaysia is one of the countries where they want to seek hope. However, how's their life here?
Saya Rohingya, itu saya nama Mustafa Katu.
I'm Rohingya. My name is Mustafa Katu. I'm 43 years old. There are chaotic situations in my hometown. I was unable to stay. I was afraid of living there, even to sleep and eat.
Because the life in the hometown was not easy, Mustafa's family has flown to Malaysia to seek a better life 7 years ago. The family of 7 has lived on the income of Mustafa's husband. Mustafa takes care of household chores and children. However, Mustafa had a vehicle accident 1 year ago, injuring her leg, and the life of this family has changed.
Saya jatuh kan.
After I fell, the life is even harder. It's very difficult. I don't have much money for daily expenses. Only one person works. The income is not enough for the entire family.
Cukup.
Actually, she went to the hospital and it seems like she need to do the surgery, the implant that cost her about 6,000, where she can't afford. Husband is working as a guard. Every month they are only earning 900 ringgit. If they are lucky enough to have overtime, it's only earning about 1,200. So they send her home. Recover by itself. It's very painful. And she just depends on painkiller.
Maternal love gave Mustafa strength to endure the pain of bone fracture. Even if she needs to support her feet to walk, she still does the daily chores. However, the visit of the volunteers gave her a chance to cure her feet.
That when we come here, that time it was almost already a year, and the last month we came, one Timah doctor told us that we can't do anything but just to recover by itself. Today we have Kak Rohingya. She's a retired nurse, and then they can advise our POC as what to do.
My advice is, if it looks short on one side, then she can elevate her shoes.
Now I got see the X-ray film lah. It's quite panjang juga tau the fracture. Better go on operation and put the steel or plate to support the bones because dia boleh lari tau the alignment. That's why I said better use crutches, then you can balance lah when you walking.
Duit tolongan saya hospital pergi.
I used the money you provided me to see the doctor. Now I feel much better, but I don't have money left. You Tzu Chi can come to see me. I'm grateful.
Ya, terima kasih saya.
In celebration of the 15th year of establishment, Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School hosted a Thanksgiving tea ceremony in Bangkok, looking back on the past and learning how education has changed children's fate in mountainous area. The first batch of graduates shared their experience implementing Tzu Chi's teachings.
Teachers, students and volunteers act together to show how Tzu Chi volunteers visited northern Thailand. This is also the turning point of their life.
Thank you, Tzu Chi, for giving me the opportunity to go out of the mountains to broaden my horizons and gain more experience. After graduation, I will return to the school to continue to train younger brothers and sisters.
Due to the poverty alleviation program, volunteers improve the living environment in the mountains step by step. The establishment of Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School verified the power of education. Launched 15 years, Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School specially held a Thanksgiving tea ceremony in Bangkok to show the gratitude of the alumni.
After graduation, I did not forget the master's teachings. Principal and the teacher's advice used it at work to do business honestly and faithfully.
Fan Mei has already grown from a child to a college graduate. Apart from becoming an adult, she's also a teacher at Chiang Mai School. This makes me very happy.
Thank you for all your support, which allowed me to grow in this Tzu Chi family of love and change my life. If there was no Tzu Chi, there would not be any Fan Mei here.
Tzu Chi nurtures students with humanistic character education, wisdom, and compassion to pay back to society.
The tea ceremony also showcased the learning outputs of the school. Some students guide tours and some perform on stage.
When going on the tour, students, not the adults, shared Tzu Chi's story actively. This touched me a lot. I'm also very appreciative of Tzu Chi's training of such outstanding students.
I've witnessed the concept of moral education that Tzu Chi School provides, which allows students to grow happily and become a talented person in the community.
A child who was once neglected in the mountain has now become a talented person in society. Over a period of 15 years, the fate of residents has been reversed here.
Zhang Hongyan, who is a high school teacher in Liaoning, was diagnosed with leukemia when she was 31 years old. Fortunately, through the help of Tzu Chi stem cell donor data bank, she found another matching stem cell donor in Taiwan, Lin Zheqian. Having been given a second chance at life, Zhao sees Lin as her real elder brother.
比我大2岁，81年的，然后他是9个点，然后医生呢就是选这2个肯定选年轻的，然后就选了这个哥哥，就是台湾的台湾人。
而你就是那个唯一好像看起来目前是最适合救他的人，那你当然应该就会义无反顾的去救他这样子。
我没有兄弟姐妹，我就把他当成我的亲哥哥。
Receiving the students' best wishes, Zhao Hongyan's life should be brighter. Nevertheless, after she gave birth to her son, she was diagnosed with leukemia.
Other people said that I must feel attached to my son because he was only 4 months old. In fact, I was most attached to my parents because I'm their only child. If I lost my life, they might not feel like living anymore.
其实家里如果有一个人
In fact, if someone falls ill in a family, almost everyone has to take care of him. It is very tough for a family.
When Zhao fell ill, she found a matching donor immediately.
After doing all of the checkups, his family did not agree to the donation. Therefore, he rejected us. Back then, I felt really helpless.
The other matching donor is in fact living on the other side of the strait. The whole family looks forward to saving a patient's life.
我那时候直接带他，只有3个字，就公益里哦，嘿，
就觉得很酷啊，可以救一个人，一个可能会死掉的人。
The doctor said since he was injected with growth hormone, it is because to wait for half a year before getting pregnant. Back then, they gave up on getting pregnant. They waited for another year.
As I made the donation, I was not very nervous. However, I might have been very nervous because I could not sleep the night before.
7月9号凌晨2点1刻。
At 2:15 a.m. on July 9th, the nurse said, "Your bone marrow has come." That was the date of my rebirth.
Later, they gave birth to my lovely grandson. Maybe it is because they did a good deed. He is very smart.
他真的很聪明哦。
每天呢，
Every day, I clean the room and send the child to kindergarten every morning. Later, I will go pick them up. Taking care of the child is my blessing.
这就是我的福分。
The two families feel blessed because of love.
感谢台湾慈济骨髓库，
感谢我的供者 一个81年的哥哥。
感谢亲爱的舅舅救了我妈的命。
Tzu Chi volunteers Dominican Republic went to La Romana Tzu Chi Elementary School to distribute new uniforms and stationery. This time, volunteers also mobilized students to do charity work together.
Knowing the Romana Tzu Chi Elementary School wanted to change a new uniform, Tzu Chi volunteers sent them a whole truck comprised of new uniforms made of breathable fabric and new stationery. Students were very eager to receive the things, while a representative of the Ministry of Education also came to express his gratitude.
They brought us uniforms and stationery. We need to get along with classmates and don't let everyone down.
This time, students have a super task. Every class has collected a box of plastic caps to help the children suffering from cancer.
This bag of plastic caps are filled with love to help those children suffering from cancer.
We need to explain to the kids before they go home that the plastic caps are collected to help cancer children.
In response to the activity hosted by a local charity, the teachers and students of the school have been motivated and learned to help others.
They are suffering from cancer and wheelchairs are needed for them to sit. This is also environmentally friendly, helping the earth.
Volunteers also specially visited Andy, who hurt his leg in a car accident and cannot go to school. They sent the uniforms and stationery to him personally, insisting to care for every child without one left behind.
In Chile, there is a single mother, Andrea, who lives in a small wooden house with her 2 children. Tzu Chi volunteers conducted a home visit and delivered blankets and food to her. This small wooden house is Andrea's home. The kitchen is located outdoor and the bathroom is broken. She can't afford to rent an apartment, so she lives here with her 2 children.
I'm working as a part-time guard, and I also do some house cleaning to earn money so that my children can take the bus. My daughter's school offers free lunch, but my son only goes to school half day, so I need to prepare lunch for him.
Andrea was connected to Tzu Chi through a homeless shelter, and she hoped volunteers can help her improving her life. After the home visit, volunteers delivered quilts and a refrigerator for her to store food.
We must help each other like you have helped me. I will also help others in need. This is a good cycle.
No te pongas en llorar, niña, camina. Tranquila, tranquila.
Emocionada.
No, porque sí, no, pero no.
Está emocionada.
No, te queremos, te queremos.
Ella sabe que también la amamos mucho.
Sí, te queremos mucho.
Volunteers have spoken out about the hope and love Andrea has for her children. With this companionship, the family can now live a better life. During pregnancy, many women experience lower back pain and muscle spasms. Doctors suggest pregnant women to take up simple stretching exercises and breathing to help restore the pelvic floor muscles and strengthen the muscle ability.
Getting a sonogram check, pregnant women look forward to seeing the growth of their baby. But as the baby grows, their belly is fuller and the aches and pains associated is something pregnant women must face.
Towards the end of the pregnancy, I have back pain and leg cramps. It's hard to stand and I constantly need back support.
Sometimes it's very sore. It can feel like electricity is moving through you.
In dealing with physical and hormonal changes to their body, doctors suggest exercises during pregnancy to alleviate symptoms.
Especially for strengthening our pelvic floor, this exercise can help blood circulate, which then reduces lower body water retention, back pain, and pelvic pain. Exercising can help reduce your muscle soreness.
The first thing is to make sure your breathing is correct, as with the rise and fall of the chest and stomach can help circulate the blood and also helps for balance. Squats also help to relax the abdominal muscle and increase intestinal movements.
好，吐。我们换左边来，下去的时候吸气，回来吐气。
Side and back lunges can help to strengthen the pelvic floor and core muscles. These exercises can lessen pregnancy-related incontinence and back pain.
在产前啊，或者是
These exercises can be done during prenatal and postnatal. It not only helps with a smoother delivery, but also bounce back after birth. These core exercises can help mothers return to their condition and less likely to suffer from lower back pain.
腰酸背痛的一些困扰，这样。
During exercise, staying hydrated is a must. Pregnant women should also choose a firm-fitting bra and avoid overheating. As pregnant women tend to have a higher body temperature, it is suggested that the room be kept at 23 to 25 degrees Celsius to avoid overheating. Doing these exercises can help pregnant women ready themselves to welcome their babies to the world.
When food goes bad, bacteria build up, and when eaten, it attacks our body, causing gastrointestinal problems or more. In today's series report, we continue our highlight of Vietnam and learn about the health problems locals have due to residual dioxin from Agent Orange, as well as how onion farmers are going blind from harvesting onion.
I'm standing here in Shuzhen Province, Yongzhou Town, where over 400 local residents are blind in one or both eyes. These patients range from children to adults and even seniors.
This town has a higher percentage of residents with eye problems and has been dubbed the blind town by others. Why is this happening? Upon investigation, we see that locals grow red onions and rely on it for a living.
When they're harvesting the onion, it may sting their eyes, and moreover, they use their unclean hands to rub their eyes.
Red onion is a part of the onion family, also contains fungus which are unseen by the eyes.
When growing onions, it produces a type of onion fungus which can cause infections.
Harvesting hazards happened in Taiwan's Pingtung region, where 20-some onion pickers lost their eyesight in one or both eyes due to fungal keratitis. Taiwan farmers now wear goggles to protect their eyes, but those in Vietnam do not have the resources to help them, thus their problem continues to worsen.
During harvesting season, there are lots of fungal infections floating in the air, and these infections can get into the eyes through the atmosphere.
Research shows that foodborne disease, which are food items that have been contaminated with bacteria, fungus, viruses, parasites, or chemicals, are problematic. On average, for every 10 persons in the world, one is affected and could suffer life-threatening ailments. As a result, 420,000 people die from foodborne diseases each year. Each day, 1.6 billion cups of coffee is consumed globally, but you might not know the hidden dangers of coffee bean.
This is a full black bean, which has the most toxins and the most complex. You don't have to drink much, merely one bean, for it to affect you.
The full black bean is a coffee bean that has grown moldy and now contains agrotoxin.
The moldy coffee, no matter how you roast it, it will affect the quality of coffee.
Agrotoxin is a colorless mycotoxin. Scientists discover that even through high-temperature roasting, it won't remove this type of toxin. When ingested in large quantities in short amount of time, it can lead to cancer, kidney failure, fluid retention in the lungs, and even death.
If coffee beans are not stored properly, it can grow up to 3 or more different types of ultra-toxins. The Vietnamese coffee chain store we are visiting today store their coffee beans in a dry room where temperatures are kept at between 16 and 20 degrees Celsius.
This type of storage facility can prevent the growth of agrotoxin in coffee beans. However, in Vietnam, many who sell coffee beans are not willing to take the extra step.
In Vietnamese markets, like street vendors or their local coffee shops, they don't pre-select their beans.
The effects of Agent Orange is still affecting the health of locals here in Vietnam. The use of this herbicide and defoliant chemical with traces of dioxin has become a dark moment in the history of global warfare.
This monastery in Vietnam has taken in 45 orphans, 15 of which are suffering from the effect of Agent Orange. It's been 4 generations and the parents are still birthing children affected by Agent Orange. They are unable to take care of them, thus abandoning them to the monastery.
Some of the kids we have adopted do not have a clear mind. One son suffers from weak bodies. It's all the effects of Agent Orange.
In Vietnam, the effects of Agent Orange could be facially or extra fingers, leg and arm deformity, and also mental development problems.
Research shows that dioxins do not only affect the people it comes in contact with, but as it can change one's genetic makeup, it can permanently affect the later generations. Medical findings also discover that soil, which is filled with dioxins from Agent Orange, can get into the food chain of poultry and livestock and affect people in other countries.
I'm standing in the rural countryside of Vietnam's Ton Nai province, a place where Agent Orange was heavily spread. The dioxin in the soil is not something which can easily dissolve, and though it's been more than 15 years since the incident happened, the livestock kept here can potentially be filled with toxins as they eat the worms in the soil.
It's a fat-soluble chemical, so it will be absorbed when in contact with lipids. So when it comes in contact with animal fat, it will dissolve. That's how it gets into our food chain.
Animals come in contact with polluted soil through their skin and mouth, while dioxin is deposited in their body. As it is soluble in lipids, plants which do not have animal lipids do not absorb dioxin in them. And that is why coffee and tea imported from Vietnam do not contain dioxin when tested.
Fruits and vegetables, though growing on the same dioxin-polluted land, have little or no toxic deposit because they don't absorb the toxin. So on the contrary, it's perfectly safe to eat.
With dioxins polluting the food chain, eating vegetables is a way to break the cycle, which is not only good for reducing carbon footprint and not killing animals, but also another way to keep healthy.
UNHCR headquarters hosted a monthly food distribution to students in need in a local college in California. Take a look and see you next time.